What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another drawing tutorial. That's right. Surprise! No. This is a side view of a fox, right? So just a portrait from the side. I'm on the landscape page, right? My size is A2. You don't have to do it A2. A4 if you're working on a pencil. I just do big for the camera, and because I use a Sharpie, it lays down a real thick line, so I just find this more convenient, okay? But you can do it A4, A3, you know, it's not, there's no rule. So let's give this a go. So where to begin, right? Center point, my page about here. We start with the eye. I always start with the eyes. Keep that going. So over to the left side, along this halfway sort of my page, right, is where the eye will place, just slightly over to here, okay? You can place it anyway, just you mightn't fit less of the neck or whatever. So, okay, let's just go for it. So we'll go curve it up and around, like so. No matter how much I draw, I'm still nervous before I do that. It's fascinating. Never doesn't get nervous. Right? You know, it's like the white page. Anyway, is that just me? Maybe. So this, right? There's like some black that like comes down his snout. Okay, so this will like go down this way, and like a little black hook, and it comes back here. It kind of looks like, you know, the bird, the kiwi bird. Kind of looks like his beak. And then we just give him like another little hook here. And then we kind of just bring this around. And up. Like so. Right, so that's our shape, right? So the actual sort of eye itself, right? It's kind of like the eyeball kind of thing. It's like a curved line just here, right? So that's the actual eye itself, right? And then around this is kind of black. Like so, say if you wanted to curve it the whole way up, you could. Kind of circular. And it's kind of dark on top here as well. It's a bit darker. We've got like some shadow. And this comes down. And from what I can see, there isn't like an iris or anything, but we'll add it because he should have an iris. So I'm going to add it here, just around. So we'll just do it like that, right? And the fox eye is, you know, like a cat eye. Interesting fact, foxes can see the magnetic field of the earth. Well, see is a loose term. They can sense it, which is like awesome. And then, so that eye, you're not here for facts, you're here for drawing. That eye is like real thin, right? Like that, okay? So there might be some like extra little details just around his eye, right? So like, kind of like his eyelid, right? Will like come around this way. Just like a loose sort of line going like that. And then like a little eyelid on the bottom. And the fur like goes like this way. So you can add some light little lines there. So they have a spot above their eye where the whiskers, he has whiskers that comes out above his eye, right? So it's like this sort of, how to describe, it's like a raindrop, right? So it kind of goes here, and it's kind of a furry line, right? So sketchy is the way you want to do it, okay? And the line for like the front of his snout will go like this way. Right? And then his top eyelid line, like his sort of brow or his eyelid, sort of a hairy line here. Like so. Okay. So this is like the snout comes down like kind of like this, like the side of his snout, right? So you just do like a light little texture line there, and then it's probably like the width of his eye again, right? So here to here, like the width of this, the black part, not out all the way, just the main part of the eye. This width will bring you out to where his snout starts. So like even if you wanted to measure that, you know, you don't have to. I know that's people don't like drawing isn't science. Well, it was in the Renaissance. It was actually a science. So that's like 3.5, and then you go out again. That's about 3.5, right? From there to there, maybe a bit more. I don't know, 400. Yeah. So it's roughly right. So the width of his eye will fit there again, roughly. Right, if you were to draw another eye, you know what I mean? That's your distance. And then his snout will go that way, right? So they have real pointy sort of snouts and stuff like this, right? But we'll just do his brow first. So, and it can be sort of hairy, textured line, you know, sort of this kind of thing, sketchy. Or you can do like a real thick, smooth line. Depends on what you like. That goes that way. Okay. And you know, it can be forehead line, you know, texture, hair. Just defining things loosely, that kind of thing. Like, it's amazing what like a little dash will do. You know, you don't need to do anything else. And then, so his snout curves around the top of his nose, curves back this way, like so. When I started this channel, I was really bad at line drawings. Stuff like this. I think 3 years of just doing this once a week, like an animal one. It's amazing how good you get, or the improvement. I'm not saying I'm good or anything, but you know, tooting my own horn. But it's just, you know, looking back on the older videos, there's always room for improvement. So his nose then here comes around. Like so, and like you can see his nostril, kind of, he's got this like, it's like dog noses, they kind of have this sort of vent or something here, kind of comes around like so. These are like predators. Their nostrils are at the front of their nose rather than the side, you know. A fox killed a load of my chickens once. Sorry. Sorry if you're like sensitive to things like that, but you know, it happened. It's the truth. Fascinating creatures. I still love them. I think they're amazing. There's loads of them in Ireland. And let's do mouth. So it comes down, right, around. Like so, and then kind of down a bit, and then up. So this will be kind of a thick line because it's quite heavily shadowed. So I think I will make this darker here. Oh no, where's my soft pen gone? Is it this one? Yeah. So I'm just gonna darken this up. dogs and wolves and creatures like this have like dark shadows and dark black lips, and his lip kind of ends here. It's kind of the darkness kind of ends here, just underneath the eye, right? That's kind of bulkier there. Okay, and then you could have like some more fur going that way. Right, and then his bottom lip down like so, and this will go in here. And his neck. Right, we have a couple of lines. We need to start with like this furry sort of jaw that way, and then the neck goes down this way. Right, this is like real furry, so you can add like lots of fur on this one. Like that. Right, so then this big fur section, right, so we got like lots of hair coming around here. So you're just adding like hair spikes. And they can be thin, they can be thick. And as sketchy as you want, really. And this will eventually like join his ear. Come around his head maybe as well. Then we may have like an eye socket sort of line, right? So like a cheekbone sort of thing here. And he also has like, so he's all orange up here, and there's like a line of white. So it's optional whether or not you want to just do that with color, but I'll just do a light little suggestion of it, right? So it just comes along here, right up underneath that cheek. Like that, right? And then like as much texture as you want, sort of. And then he has those black dots, like those lines for his whiskers, right? So he's got like 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 rows, right? And you just go back up his. And this is where all the whiskers will grow out of, okay? Just these rows of dots, right? And I'll do the whiskers last because they kind of go over everything else. So, right, so then ear, we'll go for the ear. So foxes have very big ears in like relation to the size of their heads. So like his head comes back here, okay? And then you have a massive ear here that like, say like we've got like a fur line that comes around the back of it. Joins in there, okay? And then, So what's the best way? So we just like, right, so we'll go here. So we'll just go like up this way. And it can be a furry, sketchy line. Like that. And then the back sort of comes down this way. You'll have it go sort of into his head, sort of here, and this fur will come, you know, there'll be folds like for fur and skin and everything behind that go into his head, and then the other ear comes out this way around the other side of his head. So there's more texture and stuff on the inside, but we just get the main shape. Comes down like that. Okay. And then the back of his head out, and then like furry, sketchy line back this way, right? So we just get the main shapes in, right? And that's your main structure. And now you can like add detail. So then, so he has a sort of black edge, right? So he has this black section just around the back of his ear here. So it's kind of crinkly and stuff. This comes down here, right? So this is like a skin fold. There's like, you know, dark shadow inside sort of a section here. And then maybe another sort of black area, dark. Like so, lots of texture going up around this. And like another section inside here. And then some like shadow, right? Like real dark sort of area inside here, right? So you want to just like sketch it out lightly, and then so yeah, so it's like furry there, and then this is all like dark inside. Like, so you can do it with hatching like this kind of way, you know, that's perfectly adequate, or you can just cover the whole thing completely black like that, you know. So just like dark shadow on the inside, right? Right, so like that roughly. And then this side, so we go dark there, and then yeah, you could have like some fur lines and stuff just sticking out there. Bum, 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 bum. And sometimes it's good to sort of thicken up your edges just to make some lines darker than others. That kind of thing. So it gives certain sections just a bit more weight and importance and all that kind of stuff, you know. So all we got to do now is add some like sort of like some necklines, right? So he's got this white fur that'll come down his neck here as well. And then there's some furry tufty bits that like come around his head. You just gotta so just these sorts of dashes and things that'll go up just to suggest the growth of his fur, and then like down his neck as well. Around like this from the underside, you know, just going around. You want to have it curved, right? Just light. Going this way because it goes around his shoulder and then up towards his spine, right? The growth of the hair. Just go like that way. Just thicken up this line. Maybe this one will thicken. This should be a little bit darker, I think. Just to make his head stand out from his neck. Okay, that's everything. That's the best I can do. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Hey guys, I'm back. I forgot the whiskers. I always forget whiskers. I apologize. So just, oh, my page is moving. Like this is like the day after doing this. So I only realized I forgot to do the whisker. So like just add, coming out of these spots, you know, sort of long whiskery lines. You know, and some coming out of his chin as well, like there's real small ones here. There's like small ones there. They like go back real long this way. Back here. So he does have like real long whiskers for a fox, you know. Well, you just don't expect it. And he has little ones coming out of his eyebrows here. They're kind of as big as a cat's whiskers, right? There's like, sorry, my page is moving. I haven't stuck it down. Nice. That's basically what you gotta do for whiskers. You make some a little darker, maybe. Just press down a little bit harder. Maybe like you should see some coming out the other side of his head here. Right, that's it. Whiskers. Now you forgot them. Whew. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.